Patrick Dorgu. United have actually signed a player in January. I'm just as stunned as you are. Will there be any more? Well, I think that depends on if United can boot Rashford out the door or not. But on Dorgu, is he the saviour for Amorim's 3-4-3 system? We know we've been crying out for a left wing back ever since Amorim came to the club. And Ineos, fair play to them, they have provided. There's huge reason to be pleased about this deal, especially at the price that United have managed to haggle Lecce down for. But there's also reasons to be a little bit cautious as well. Reasons to just slow things down a little bit.
How are you coming fast?
All we'll be explaining in today's video. Drop a like if you enjoy, subscribe if you're new around here, and let's get into it.
Right, okay, let's go.
Dorgu was developed at Nordsjælland's academy, playing for Denmark from the under-18 level all the way to under-21 level, and recently getting caps for the senior team as well. Dorgu left for Italy in the summer of 2022, impressing with the under-19s, and quickly earning a contract extension through to 2027. He's only had 53 appearances in total for Lecce in their senior team. So it means he's very inexperienced at the top level, but I'll touch a little bit more on that later. But his raw talent, what he's shown so far, he's had a number of clubs eyeing him up. Former Lecce boss even compared him to a player I love so dearly. So what are his strengths? First off, I have to talk about the physicality. For such a young player moving to the Prem, we know this is needed. If he's going to play a wing-back for United, we need him to be flying up and down the pitch. And he's got the stamina for that. He's got the pace for it as well. He's been used much more as a runner with the ball than a passer at Lecce. He loves to get forward and combine with attackers higher up the pitch. We all know by now that versatility that he's got. We've seen him obviously play at right wing, right back a lot of times this season. United, I want to get him settled in that left wing back spot as quickly as possible. I know that versatility is good, but this get him locking down that position. The ability to play in multiple positions can be a good or a bad thing. This get him locking down that left wing back spot is definitely his most comfortable position. I think he's played a lot of times as right winger for Lecce due to the fact that he's their main 1v1 threat and they just want to get him in good attacking positions. But we're using his left foot. He's got a very underrated passing ability. He can be a little bit one-footed at times, but I do think that left foot is so strong it doesn't really matter. As I've said, you combine that with the pace. He's got a decent physicality for his age, but obviously he's going to build on that as well now. Coming into the Prem, he's going to need to. His so-called weaknesses now, and first up obviously, is going to be mainly due to that inexperience. Not only has he had just over 50 appearances, these have been all over the pitch. So if United want him starting mainly at left wing back, we've got to get him locked into that position, as I've said, and we've got to get him playing minutes there. So it's going to take a little bit of time for him to get used to it. In defensive 1v1s, he can struggle a little bit up against a tricky winger just because he's got the tendency to lunge in. That aggressiveness works when he's pressing players higher up the pitch. But when he's in and around his own box trying to defend there, then it can be a little bit of a weakness because he has a tendency to lunge in. He needs to learn to use his physicality a bit more to his advantage, when to put his body in the way of the opposing player to try and shield the ball. His crossing accuracy could improve a little bit. It's been decent so far, but there's a little bit of room for improvement. All of the above largely down to that experience. And this is my major warning to United fans. As great as his potential is, don't expect him to come in this season and absolutely save us straight away. Don't expect him to come in, lock down that left wing back spot straight away. We can shift Dalot to right wing back, have Mazraoui playing more as a right centre back. That necessarily isn't going to happen. We probably are going to see a lot more of Dalot playing in that left wing back spot just until Dorgu gets used to things. Dorgu playing regularly this season probably isn't going to happen. It may not even happen next season. We've seen with Højlund, although obviously Højlund was a lot more expensive, so it does add a little bit more pressure. But that signing again was a very inexperienced one. So it isn't necessarily going to help United short term. Obviously Højlund is still struggling to adapt to the Premier League. We hope that doesn't happen to Dorgu, but it can. Because you're signing potential. That is the bottom line on this one. Obviously the price tag is a little bit better for United, so even if it doesn't work out, we should be able to... It's not going to sting us so much in the long term, But ideally, Dorgu does come in, fulfill that potential, and obviously becomes the player we want him to be. That's the best case scenario. But my caution just to United fans is, don't expect it to happen overnight. It's going to take a little bit of time. We've just got to hope now that Dorgu can grow into that player that we think he can, and he's going to match that lofty expectations that a lot of people have put on it.
Oh, a man can dream, though. A man can dream.
So there we are, guys. That's my brief little scouting report on Dorgu. We're going to have to wait and see a little bit more where he plays for United and how he does. As I've said, he's playing right wing back. Yeah, that's great. Him being left-footed, though, he's so much more suited to that left-hand side. That left wing back spot is going to be his at United. It just depends on how quickly he can lock it down. As always, guys, please subscribe if you enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next video. I'll catch you there.